Wait, I think it's gonna fix itself. Hey everybody, how you doing? Yes. Yes. Guess what? It's time for Lollipop Chainsaw. This game rocks. It's a good ass game. I think in general I like games that work in music culture. I think I'm gonna let the intro video roll again, just to get us all back up on the lore. Important to know the lore in this game. Some might say it's critical. And I think you just have to let it sit. Hey Pop-Tart. Ian, how you doing? Never played this game? Always wanted to, but never did. Yeah, a lot of people slept on it. I'm not trying to sound accusatory or anything. I guess I kind of get it. It was just not... It tried very hard to be hip. But it was still like not straight down with what Western audiences wanted to see, I guess. It got like a lot of top tier Western talent, but they didn't produce an Army Man game. So what you gonna do?
Welcome to my bedroom. Don't think that me letting you in here is an invitation for any funny stuff. I mean, not that I have a problem with funny stuff. Especially not if you really like the person. But that isn't what I wanted to talk about.
I like how they set the sexual boundaries pretty early.
My cumpleaños! That's right, my birthday. I'm 18 today.
Like they make her... They make her the owner of her sexuality pretty early. Hey, Trevor.
We've gone to the Nationals 3 years
Good to see you. I'm doing well. Look at that.
We haven't
Look at that.
Ugh. To keep my energy up, I eat lollipops. I know what you're thinking. I'm getting so fat, but they're so yummy.
Yes, the James Gunn. This was before he...
This is my family.
This was like post-Slither,
My older sister Cordelia.
pre-Guardians.
Riflery last
He was not really like
She has a lot of secret meetings with guys I
world-class talent.
Scouts.
I mean, he always was, don't get me wrong, but he just wasn't recognized as such.
License, which makes me
Wasn't a household name until Guardians, I feel like.
My girlfriends say my dad is a total dilf.
Akimo Sabi?
They could never come between him and my mom.
What's good? I'm enjoying a tropical fruit smoothie.
It's because of her. My sisters and I all wear our vaginas proudly.
I'm enjoying a fine video game.
Dad love each other
Vagina-forward
so
video
much.
game.
Speaking of true love, this is my boyfriend, Nick.
Fucking love Nick. Look at his stupid face.
Like him. My family's throwing me a birthday
Oh,
party
Nick.
after school. Nick is totally freaked out having to meet my
Just
family.
in the park thinking about his hot girlfriend.
I'm even more freaked out for him to find out about my family.
A bug lands on his eye and flies away.
Amazing ever. Some of our traditions are a little unusual. Nick's already so sweet to never complain about my ginormous fat butt. If he finds out I'm the #1 world's biggest weirdo, he might not stick around. I'd be so sad. I think I'd seriously cry forever. Oh no! I'm totally late! I was supposed to meet him before school.
Wow, he gets like 3 steps away.
Nick isn't mad. That's about the worst thing that could ever happen.
Wait, was that a carton of Lollipop milk? I'm pretty sure that's what that said. Okay, I previously played the first... There we go. I previously played the first level. Juliet chops off Nick's head because it's the only way to stop him from zombifying. So now she basically wears him like a charm around her hip. I beat the crust punk Ned. His power was screaming, so he basically screamed real loud and then the letters would form and shoot at you. Pretty cool. Every level is has like kind of a musical master. That was our like 80s thrash punk boss. Sure. Oh wait, I think I had replayed part of the first level. Yeah, wait.
Explosions are such a cliche.
Yeah, I think that's just the interstage like. Yes, there we go. James Gunn confirmed hack fraud. there's got to be someone out there insisting it, right? You cannot work on any kind of world tier anything without somebody insisting that you're a fake and a phony. Gowie, thank you for the likes. Appreciate that. This game made Jessica Negri's career? She was pretty prominent before that.
But there's a lot of cool things about being.
I think she just really liked this character.
I can put you in a bag and sneak you into movies for free.
That hardly makes up for...
Carpal tunnel syndrome? You're immune. And it's totally cool. I'm like the only girl with a decapitated head for a boyfriend.
I don't want to be a fashion accessory, Juliet. This is my life. Is that rain?
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Okay, never mind. This is just a really good cutscene.
Hello, Skrellings!
So yeah, next level is Viking metal.
Lots of tasty treats for you here, eh, you meal?
Oh, chemo, what do I think about all that? I think I'm grateful that
Another dark purveyor.
I work independently.
Oh my gosh. That's my big sister,
And
Cordelia.
there she is.
Who?
My big sister, Cordelia. She's a zombie hunter, too.
Really?
Hey! Cordelia! Can you hear me? Hey! What's up, Juliet?
Hey, Cordelia! What's up?
See you in a few! Right now, I'm gonna go kick some zombie ass! Oh yeah! I almost forgot! Happy birthday! Can't hear you!
The shot is just long enough.
God, I'm happy I don't have a bladder. Otherwise I'd be pissing myself right now.
Ah, Nick. Sid is right by her hole. At least put him on the hip. Juliet does not fart.
Dead butt fuck.
Yep. Classy. Okay, let's see if I remember how to play this game. That's dodge.
Check out this new trick, Nick. It's called the Chainsaw Dash.
Yeah, you can hear the music's already pretty metal, and I don't remember how to do the chainsaw dash. There it is.
Wait, stop! It makes me dizzy! Ow! Watch the eyes!
Oh my! Awesome!
Oops. Is this Children of Bottom? Awesome. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I mean. I think, Captain, you had said that, like, they did produce something that they thought was cool, but cool to a niche. So it's like, Children of Bottom, fuck yeah. But it's not mass market stuff. I don't know, this game is just like,
Where to now?
it's some developers with impeccable taste
My birthday present my sister dropped.
making a really cool project, but unfortunately it didn't really translate into
You have your priorities.
mass market appeal, it seems.
Oh, yay!
Okay, so you do go through the barrels.
Go and find that bloody boat.
Not sure how I missed this back in the day. Here's hoping for a remaster. There will be a remaster. They've announced it. Although it's kind of up in the air how they're going to handle the soundtrack.
Emotions are
I think they're just going to replace all the licensed music with the score, because the game has a score too. Usually it has like 1 or 2 big licensed tracks per stage, and then it has its own music. So I think it'll just drop the like.
Kill him anyway.
Undead a-holes are a disgrace to the San
Do it.
football uniform.
Hey, that one was looking up your skirt. Kill him.
Dude, stuck chainsawing.
OMG.
Okay. Who's... Damn it. This is what the world needs? I agree.
Kick ass.
This game is fantastic. How to Silver Remaster of Shadows of the Damned? Oh man. That's a really fun game. Very charismatic game. But I think it's just completely forgotten. Was that Tango Gameworks? No. Was it? I'm trying to remember who made and published that game. Nice. Yeah, it was absolutely... It did not run well at all, Captain. I do remember that. Shadows as Grasshopper? Okay. It had... Was Shinji Mikami on that?
Hate it when everyone turns into zombies, but it's also kind of fun because I get to do stuff like jump on a fire truck.
It is fun. It makes me forget that most of my friends are dead.
Sometimes you just need your happy moments. Okay, that's just an interaction prompt. Yeah, Shinji was a part of that. Okay, I think that's where the Tango Gameworks. I think he formed Tango Gameworks shortly after that, or during that, something like that.
Be careful, Juliet. This place is falling apart.
Time to shout.
Probably not going to get this, unfortunately, in a
Check this out.
remake.
There it is.
Okay. Don't know much about this game. Get huge Evil Dead vibes from the style. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. I would say it's even more like edgy and in your face in some ways. It's got a lot of pop art. It's like very 50s bubblegum, and that's, you know, a lot of humor comes from juxtaposing that with gleeful and edgy 2010s grindhouse violence.
You're gonna be fine, ma'am.
To me, it's like it's just an edged up Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie, not the series. Damn it! Jeez.
I need a girlfriend.
Man, when did games become so realistic? Junji was working on getting Tango together while assisting on Shadows of the Damned. Then, like half a year after Tango formed, ZeniMax bought them because Capcom saw zero promise. Yeah. Yeah, Capcom was making some interesting decisions then. Although, I mean, I think Tango's output has been good. I'm not sure that any of their games have sold super well. So, yeah. That's one thing I think Bethesda, as a publisher, doesn't always get enough credit for. They're still out there publishing games that will sell good enough.
What's your favorite color, Nick?
Blue? No, green.
Awesome. I love learning about you.
I fucked up. It's yellow.
You know what? At least Nick is honest. Oh, did Evil Within 2 sell pretty well? Okay. I don't know that I ever saw sales data on it. I guess after some of... After... I feel like Evil Within 1, I was kind of surprised that they got a sequel, but...
Getting romantic.
Put that on Bethesda being generous. I really hope Tokyo Ghostwire sold well.
Wasn't like I was gonna make out with you or something.
I didn't know what you meant.
But they're under the Game Pass umbrella now, so it's almost like they just have to make games that seem interesting, and they're pretty good at that. Oosh. It's so fascinating because, like, in the past, you could just kind of look at sales and see whether or not a game was likely to be followed up on or something like that. Now, it's hyper down to the individual company and whatever success metrics they may want out of a game. Who knows? Who knows how many signups for Game Pass Microsoft is going to consider a success when it comes to the launch of Starfield? That data doesn't exist yet, or it barely does, about how that business operates and what margins you need to get.
Do you want to have babies someday, Nick?
I think that's rather irrelevant, considering my situation.
I don't know. We could take a skin sample and put it in a petri dish and use magic to grow a baby.
Well, maybe.
Cool. There's a 50% chance it will be a cannibal.
Those odds aren't bad. I would have guessed like 70. Ever played Alan Wake? Oh, Wyndham. Yes, absolutely. Big Remedy fan here. Super, super excited about Alan Wake 2. I'm just excited Remedy gets to keep making games. For a while, it felt like it would be a world where companies like Remedy just wouldn't be able to survive. But luckily, that doesn't seem to be the case.
I'll show you
All right. Yeah, Game Pass earned $3 billion. Oh, I did a whole report on that. But I mean, they're trying to spend $69 billion right now to buy Activision. So, you know, it's going to take them a while to get out of that hole and get profitable. And that's not even counting the billions they've spent on other companies. I think the Bethesda deal was like 8 or 9 billion, something like that. What do you think about Quantum Break? It's okay. Probably one of my less favorite Remedy games. It's all right. I'm glad they tried it. I'm glad they got it out of their system. Because it seems like that was a concept that they had been wanting to do for a while.
Thought you'll do. Please, Nick.
What am I gonna do? Say no?
Listen to this music a little bit. In your opinion, is Titanfall 3 gonna be a reality? Didn't they say that? I'm pretty sure Respawn said pretty definitively they are working on another Titanfall game. I'm sure it's not like...
Awesome, Nick.
I'm sure that like finishing Star Wars and keeping Respawn, or keeping Apex going is higher on their priority lists, but I thought they said that they were doing it. Or maybe even something generic like the Titanfall universe will continue. They said something like that. And they're still making single-player games. They're making 2 single-player Star Wars games in a row.
So how long have you been a zombie hunter?
Forever. I killed my first zombie at 6 months old with a sharpened rattle.
So I think it's possible. I think it's likely. I just hope Respawn never gets tired of making single-player games. I feel like Machine Games got tired of making single-player games, although they're back on it now with Indiana Jones, I guess.
I'm drooling.
Jesus. Ooh. Uh-oh. How do I use Lollipop? There we go. Jeez. get locked in place. Like, it's weird that you can't cancel your animation into a dodge, and your attacks don't interrupt them, so you have to be really careful about launching yourself into a chainsaw attack.
That's the parachute from Cordelia's present.
Can't wait for the indie game. Me neither. Me neither. I'm just excited that now at least there's a few attempts from, or there's some budget for AAA developers to make like kind of scripted narrative single player experiences, the Half-Life style game. Which reminds me, I gotta play Plague Tale. I gotta get that in this week. I'll have to get in this week. Final week of Spooktober.
Shopping just makes me feel better about myself.
Culminating in a subathon this Saturday. I want to throw that out there. Subathon Saturday. Starting the 4th Doom book.
Time to shop.
Can you believe 4 whole books? A lot of reading.
Check this out.
XX.
Well. Time for Chainsaw Dash again.
Drive carefully, okay?
Wait, what? It doesn't seem to work. Was XX square? Am I just... Yeah, I'm just whiffing the timing real hard. Okay, there we go. Jeez. Interesting. How about a Resident Evil game? Well, there's Village DLC coming out, right? Saw that treasure. Nope.
I'm loving it!
Your goal.
You know I gotta go back for it. You know I gotta.
I'll share, Nick.
Really liked the Plague Tale. Performance left a lot to be desired, but the story was awesome. An improvement over the first game, basically every gameplay aspect. Huh, interesting. I haven't played the first one, so I would need to play Innocence before Requiem, I believe.
You have to be careful.
I have the first one installed right now. It's just sitting there waiting for me. Waiting for me. Requiem.
Another trick Sensei taught me, Nick. It's called the Big Jump. Hold on.
Hold on with what?
Zombie basketball. Time your killing of zombies. How many points can you rack up?
Who's talking?
You're talking about glory. It seems like a one-sided game.
Cool, I'm great at basketball. Let's put the round thing in the goalpost, Nick.
That's a basket.
3 points.
Oh, he's smacking them into me. Hey! Damn.
Fantastic.
What the heck? Okay.
Rainbow thingies when you cut a zombie in half come from.
From awesome.
Wait, that is dialogue that slays in like 2012.
Nice shot.
God damn this dude. I can't hit him. He just slaps me every time. Damn it! What the fuck? What do you want me to do? There, Jesus Christ.
Fantastic. 3 points.
What do you do? He just slaps you. You get like one hit and then he turns around and hits you.
Fantastic.
Dude, this is so annoying.
3 points.
Dude, he's already up a gun.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
God, they instantly accidentally spawned another one too.
Sorry, the game's over. While you check out the enormous deadly explosion.
I think they want you to do the
No! If only I had protected you.
I think they want you to do the like jump kick to knock them away. Is that the Flash voice actor from Justice League is the head? Maybe? I'm not sure.
Hold on.
Hold on with what?
Zombie basketball.
I didn't watch a whole lot of Justice
You're
League.
killing of zombies. How many points can you rack up?
You're hogging my glory.
It seems like a one-sided game.
Yeah, you stunned the big guy.
Oh, I'm great at basketball. Let's put the round thing in the goalpost, Nick.
That's a basket.
Nice shot. 3 points.
Where'd all those rainbow thingies when you cut a zombie in half come from?
From Awesome.
3 points. Nice shot. 3 points.
What's up, Midnight Sun?
3 points.
The hits like bonking each other? Here we go.
Wow, what a turnaround. The zombies are getting slaughtered. Incredible game, Juliet. Can't wait to see you in action again.
Didn't know James Gunn worked on this game until you made me aware of it. Now that I'm seeing this game again, it's so James Gunn. It really is. It really is. It's also like kind of early edgier James Gunn too. Gotta be something over here. No. Lies. Damn it.
Let's go. Ooh, I don't have this one yet.
Yeah, it's not quite Trauma Gun. No. That's okay though.
Chainsaw death.
Hey, Star. Has the game held up well over the years? This one? As a beat 'em up, I think it's not the most. Damn it. I think it's maybe not the most complete, but I think creatively everything else about it does hold up. I think the music is still amazing. I think the writing is still chuckle-worthy. Sensible chuckle now and again, which most games can't even get to. So,
Fucking awesome!
and then I think the art assets and the art style. That's great. That's just great.
Ow, you bit my butt.
Sorry.
Nothing to not like about that. Yeah, I hope you're all having a good Monday. Good start to the week. Cruising on through the first work day. Or first school day. Whatever day.
It's time to shower, you know.
Yeah, exactly, Captain. Game itself isn't impressive or even particularly original.
Fucking stupid.
It's on how the lame, uninspired gameplay is presented. There's usually like one or two gameplay ideas there. But you have to appreciate the ideas a little more than the execution most of the time. Yeah. I haven't played a whole lot of Let It Die, which might be like a more mechanical game. It actually was not quite as stylish as some of Grasshopper's other things, which is one of the reasons I didn't super stick with it. It was also PS3, and I was just like, I don't want to play on this shit.
Where are my beautiful grandchildren?
What the? Daniel's got the spins, killing zombie grandma. That seems to be the case, doesn't it? Ooh.
I'm dying and really fat.
Any suggestions on gaming desktops? Planning on upgrading from my old Alienware PC. Unfortunately, no. But because I've always just built my own stuff. I guess if you're curious about shopping around, and you don't want a pre-built, I like PC Gamer usually has pretty good guides of just like expensive, mid-tier, and like more economical parts. You can kind of pick the stuff that matters to you and maybe save money where you feel like you may not need performance. Yeah, in terms of, I gotta say, in terms of like pre-builts, I just really don't have a lot of experience with brands. Getting the 4090, I don't think I'll have the choice.
You all suck and we are great. Decapitate.
I looked like 3 hours after. 3 hours after they were.
My squad has joined the zombies.
God, Agnes used to be so
No.
hot. Now she has an intestine coming out of her vagina. Ugh.
You saying that's not hot? Did I not hit them? I feel like you're not smart enough to build one on your own. That's not true. It's not really a question of smarts. I think it's more. God damn it! I don't know why I'm not hitting them. I have to use down attacks, maybe. What is going on? They're just like sliding away. I don't understand. Jeez. Never forget your sparkle meter. I did forget my sparkle meter. I haven't been using sparkle meter. But yeah, I don't know that
Sad killing my friends, but also
maybe I'll get
so
lucky.
fun.
But yeah, regarding building a PC, everything is kind of made to fit in the right way.
Oh my God! Easter egg! Oh.
I need another tampon.
And it's actually pretty hard to like ruin a part unless you really force it somewhere it's not meant to go. Now, knowing how much force is bad is kind of the experience part of it. But I think if you watched a YouTube video, there's like tutorials out there. Oh, you have to mash, okay. But if you can build a model kit, I think it's similar in terms of complexity. Yeah, troubleshooting is a different story, 100%. If you plug everything in and it doesn't work right away, that's when it gets messy. it's like it's fairly decent odds that it will, but if it doesn't, then it busts into like really needing a lot of experience. And like being able to figure out which part is wrong. That's the messy part.
What should I get? Click, click.
American cheerleader and spaghetti straps.
Well,
Still in the Britney era.
Juliet, it's Cordelia. Just a
Yeah, Captain. The collaboration between Akira Yamaoka and Chester Bennington
from a distance.
is what really attracted me to the game in the first
When
place.
they get close, rush in for the kill.
I told myself that I would listen to the score by playing the game, and then I just didn't end up doing it. So maybe I should just listen to the score independently.
let's go. Nick, it would be really cool if I could implant an MP3 player in your forehead. A boyfriend and an iPod all in one. More room in my purse.
You realize that's completely degrading, right?
Oh. Use my sparkle. Ah, that's the good part. I guess that's all the good part. My first build, I bribed a friend with pizza and beer to oversee mine so I didn't mess it up. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. If you have people who are in the know.
If they are really
Even like over Discord or something.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Just like Instacart some beer to your friend's house and be like, hey, can you spend the evening on Discord with me?
God, Nick, that was so hot. Chainsaw dash. Big jump. Woohoo!
Ah, I hate this.
I can only really speak for myself, but I actually enjoy messing with computer parts and getting PCs working. I love giving birth to new PCs, or better yet, like reconstituting parts from old abandoned PCs to make a machine that somebody can use. That's the best. Then I feel like a cyberpunk scavenger, you know? Rooting around in PCs, yanking out parts, throwing them all together, making it work.
They're right, the lightning doesn't strike twice.
Favorite horror movie? Yours is The Thing. Man, The Thing is so good. The Thing is so top tier. Ah, gosh. Favorite horror movie? Man, of all time, though?
The best calories.
More firefighters to the rescue.
Yeah, it's hard to beat The Thing. I like The Frighteners an awful lot. But it's almost like, tonally, it's more like grand Peter Jackson, like,
Funny, Nick. Time to kill these efforts.
it's more like wholesome adventure movie almost than it is like a horror. But I think it counts, right? Got the Grim Reaper in it. Played The Thing for PS2. I actually haven't played that game. People seem to remember it very fondly, though. Yeah! Oh, what the heck?
Juliet, I love you, baby. Always.
Kitsune Creations, thanks for the sub. Not enough people say this, but Juliet Starling and Nick Carlisle are the original Kratos and Mimir. You're right, not enough people are saying that. Perhaps more people should say that.
They're right, the lightning doesn't strike twice. It strikes like 18 times.
Maybe people are afraid of the truth.
So delicious.
Super Mario Brothers ripped off Lollipop Chainsaw. It's just the truth.
We'll rescue everyone.
Jesus, God.
I feel like singing It's Raining Men.
That would be funny, Nick. Time to kill these efforts.
It does do a good amount of damage if you can hit somebody with all the hits. Yeah, look at that. Chewing them up. I feel like buying combos more than like stats in this game. It seems like it's the thing. You just need to get higher DPS combos. dunking on Katy Perry. Getting points on Katy Perry. Hey, Morgie, thanks for the sub. You have a particularly fond memory of streaming that you think back to every now and again.
Yay, my present!
Going this way.
What do you think it is, Nick?
Well, I hope it's a torso and legs and stuff. Not a dick.
Like these sections are kind of interesting, right?
See the ship.
Like a Sonic style auto running sequence. Yeah, Morgan, in regards to your question, I guess I really just don't spend a whole lot of mental time when I'm not streaming thinking about streaming or my past in streaming. Yeah, finishing Ultra Nightmare was pretty great. Doing the drunk script read was really fun.
Nice jump.
I mean, every day is an impossible bounty of
Shoot
blessings.
the fuck out of stuff with this.
Cordelia's like the best big sister ever. Chainsaw Blaster!
Sincere saw the score and playthrough. The ending gave me nightmares. I've been thinking about that a little bit.
Zombie baseball.
I attached to the uterine lining of
Approaching zombies.
whatever
Score a winning home run.
whatever cervical cave I was in.
Starts with the home team losing by an overwhelming amount of runs.
Let's give my new present a test.
Yeah, man. Is this 1,000 cigarettes?
You shot him instead of throwing a ball at him. That's hilarious. Sweet shot.
I always imagined this was like the theme song for a hard-boiled future detective show.
Bottom of the ninth, Juliet.
Like cyber noir,
Looks
like a little sexier version of Blade Runner or something like that.
Here I go. Woo!
you're not getting in the way of my Nick.
I'll Ted Williams your face.
What? Got that cowbell? Wait a minute.
Another hit.
Shit. No! Oh!
This rocks.
What does guns mean?
Let's lock on. Ugh.
Yes.
Home run.
Oh, Ted Williams had a really high batting average. It was his claim to fame. All right. Least favorite game? For me, it's Batman Arkham Origins. Oh, that's your least favorite game? I liked Arkham Origins. Oh wow, he lost a lot of health. My least favorite game is the video game adaptation of the TV show Wipeout for the Kinect. Damn it.
Well, the game's over. Guess that bomb's gonna go off. Well,
Okay, so there are
a million fucking pieces. Think we'll wrap things up in the booth. See ya.
zombies that throw baseballs at Nick.
Yeah, baby, no.
Can we get a 24-hour stream of that, please? Jeez. That would have to be like 100 subs for every extension. It'd have to be double. And that way, if people actually do sub that much,
Zombie.
and I make out like a bandit.
Aim and shoot at the approaching zombies. Can you score a winning home run? The game starts with the home team losing by an overwhelming amount of runs.
Yeah, I don't know. My least favorite games were typically the ones that I like had to review and were not finished.
You shot him instead of throwing a ball at him. That's hilarious.
There were a couple of really bad ones for like the NES. Where it was again a game that was like just not translated and barely finished in the first place. So it's like incomprehensible. Mechanics make no sense. It's unfair. And it's not even finished. It's like buggy. Played a lot of games that were all those things. And it's like, you don't even know. You have no idea if the game's functioning as intended any of the time. Why aren't you going, dude? Oh.
Here I go. Woo!
You're not getting in the way of my Nick.
Yes!
I'll Ted Williams your face.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that dude still alive? Oh. It's hard to tell when they're dead. Seems like one shot kills them, but sometimes it knocks them to the ground and then they crawl around. Also, when they're crawling out of the ground, they like lock on.
Yeah.
Snaps to the ground, which is really annoying.
Check out that form.
Killing it. Yeah. 1 point.
Oh yeah, Apex Legends? League of Legends then. Actually might be League of Legends. I would say the game for me that has the widest gap between how popular it is and how much I enjoy it is probably League of Legends.
Fail me now. Yeah. Excellent.
Cool. I should have been team captain.
Oh my God, that rocks.
Cool.
Yes.
Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pop it. Awesome. Woohoo!
Fuck yes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Looking good.
That's
Cool.
What the fuck, man?
Game's over.
That stupid animation keeps going off so many times that I can't even keep track.
A million fucking pieces. Think we'll wrap things up in the. See ya.
All right. Oh, Arkham Origins retconned a lot of stuff Arkham City set up and compromised Arkham Knight's story. Huh. I gotta admit, I was not even paying that much attention. I didn't think that the Arkham games had that, like, deep of a story. I will agree, though, that Arkham Knight's story was kind of flat. But I wasn't really paying it for the story.
Zombie baseball.
It's Batman. I don't really expect it to, like, be like, oh, so the Joker's bad, okay.
The game starts with the home team losing by an overwhelming amount of runs.
Let's give my new present a test.
Also, well, I guess they called it Arkham.
You shot him instead of throwing a ball at him. That's hilarious. Sweet shot.
What about exceptions? Games that you really like from genres you typically hate? I don't really hate any genres most of the time. I'm not a huge fan of survival or battle royale or MOBA. So let me think.
Looks like they want to play ball.
There are a couple of games I guess you could qualify as survival that have a little more going on.
Here I go! Woo!
But in terms of MOBA and Battle Royale, no, I can't really. I guess there's Tetris 99.
Williams, your face.
I like that a lot. God, that auto aim yanking into the ground sucks. I guess we just wait.
Yeah!
Check out that form.
Zombie feats don't fail me now.
Zombie feats. Holy crap! You locked onto the other one. Jeez. He blocks shots. Ugh. And I can't like run into the middle either.
Check out that form.
That's good.
Just
I should have been team captain.
What the f- They spawn, immediately start flipping, so I can't shoot them,
Gonna go off. Well, you're blown into a
and then they immediately flip up to him and kick him.
We'll wrap things up in the booth. See ya.
Juliet, baby.
Oh, you enjoy No Man's Sky a lot? The new relaxed mode is perfect. Yeah, I haven't... Yeah, that was Mastercraft. Yes. Again, solid selections in this game. Not 100% about this minigame, though. That auto-aim sucks. It sucks so bad. Maybe I can turn it off.
Zombies. Can you score a winning home run?
Deep into the era when nobody trusted anyone to hit the buttons right. Buster aim. Thank you, God. All right. This is a spooky game. Thank you, Timbo.
Team losing.
Thank you for acknowledging the spookiness of this game. I agree, it's quite spooky.
Let's give my new
Any gaming hot takes? Just ones that have been heard a million times already, I think.
You shot him instead of throwing a ball at him. That's hilarious.
I don't think Skyrim is very fun. That's my... I think Halo Combat Evolved is overrated.
Sweet shot.
These are my, like, the hottest of hot takes.
Bottom of the ninth.
And even then, they sound pretty try-hard. So...
Looks like they want to.
Hey, Liquid Snack. Good to see you. Thanks for the likes. That's right. Back at it. Supplying TikTok with the finest in sexualized violence.
In the way of my Nick.
Yes.
Ted Williams, your face.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Another hit.
Oh man, this is fun.
What does mean?
Yes.
Maybe the pitcher takes two hits. Were you ever on the VR hype train? I actually was. I thought VR was going to be the shit. And then I got my first like Oculus and I was like, fuck. Nope. Not there yet.
Amazing.
Pop it.
I waited for it to mature. I got an index and I still... And it's cool. Half-Life Alyx was amazing. But I still never ever like use it for anything.
Another hit.
Yeah, Super Hot's cool. Beat Saber's really cool. There are experiences to be had for sure. It's just not really like, doesn't feel like it's a permanent platform. To watch High School of the Dead a little bit. It actually so you bring up like sexualized violence. I actually kind of get really, I don't like it. High School of the Dead's a little too far for me. It's a little on the creepy end. Don't you dare. Like, I like my violence like this, where it's more of an expression of power than it is actual, like, guts and viscera and blood and death. Like, they're all vampires. Oh. We're just having fun, right? It's colorful. But when it's, like, High School of the Dead and it's actual people getting ripped apart and their guts are, like, falling on these just outrageously ripe anime titties.
Realistically gigantic swimming pool.
Totally. Let's go.
Don't get me wrong. I like my anime melons. I'm a red-blooded burger-eating American like everybody else. But, I don't know. That kind of pops over an uncomfortable line for me. Hey, what's up, WinPress? But hey, other people, they can do their thing. There's no judgment there. I think something like, I didn't see all of it, but like Prison School is maybe the level of ecchi that I'm down with. Like Queen's Blade, like even Seika no Quasar, but when it starts getting into like as soon as, what is it? As soon as consent starts getting messed with, that's no good. And as soon as it's like, as soon as it's not fun for everyone. Oh, Prison School goes really hard? Never mind then. Well, like, I don't mind hardness again. It's just like, it's just the adjacency of like actual photoreal violence with sexy figs. But yeah, maybe that's where it goes. Like I said, I only watched the first part of it, but I was like, I think I like this. This goes pretty hard, but man, it's funny. Keijo? Oh yeah, that's true. Keijo's way on the other end of like really safe ecchi. It's like fun.
Cordelia!
It canonized the power of ass and titties.
What?
It's like in the universe.
Juliet, there's something on you.
No, Cordelia! That's just my boyfriend, Nick.
Oh, hey, Cordelia. How's it going?
Hey, he's cute.
Thanks.
Ouch.
The whole no body thing is cool. I wouldn't have to worry about gaining weight. Food would just fall out of my neck.
OMG! Then I wouldn't be as gross and fat as I am now.
I don't want chewed food falling out of my neck. That's disgusting.
I mean, that is pretty gross.
My boys, Granny! Onward to further victory!
Juliet,
Is that Michael Rooker?
54 feet.
I'm pretty sure we agreed last time it was Michael Rooker,
2.
which would make it even more James Gunn.
Good luck, sis. And you too. Cute head boyfriend whose name I forget.
Not a fan of how self-deprecating she is. Yeah, it's just about her body, but I think it's performative. It's one of those where you're like, oh my god, I'm so fat, such a heifer. Like, I think it's just that.
I'm getting a little seasick.
I think it's post-ironic body commentary.
Alright, boys!
But then again, it also sounds like I'm being a Lollipop Chainsaw apologist.
Nice jump! I'm gonna use her stairs to make a ha! And use
Because I think it's still like,
scratcher!
I think it's still leaning on the Valley Girl tropes, which did that less ironically.
Show her the Viking way!
Oh yeah. The Keijo move where somebody uses her butt to create phantom titties. Yeah, that's great because it's almost like the self-seriousness they describe all these moves. Like it's utterly asexual, but you still get to see anime jigglies flying all over the place. What's not to like? It's guilt-free. It's diet ecchi.
We like to drink and fuck.
Oh gosh. Getting shocked to your skeleton shows? Classic. No way to lock on. There is. Jesus! No, no!
This lightning is fucked up.
Jeez. Ooh. Hey Marazard. Thanks for the resub. Only 6K away from VIP or ban. Alright. You think today's the day? Nope, he's not done.
Hit him with the blaster from far away.
So, I talk so much.
Oh, you got a lot of gall, little girl. Don't tell me that's it.
Got your legs. Ooh!
Get away from him when he's charging up. I am not in the mood to be deep fried.
Jesus! That hurt a lot. We good? Nope. Nope, we are not good.
I feel the power of the gods in me blood.
Came out ahead there. Nice. Nope, wrong button. Damn. Little skee ball. This is more like a curling puck.
Yes, it's time! Finish him!
Yeah, it does sound like Michael Rooker. Hey, Noah. What am I going to do? Lollipop chainsaw cosplay? I wouldn't mind being Nick.
I can't be my little girl. I'm a warrior.
I hear Viking brains are good for the complexion.
Oh, it is Michael Rooker. Okay. Yeah. I hope that Michael Rooker and James Gunn just like... I hope they crush beers every Friday. And just laugh, tell each other jokes, have a good time. I hope they clink beers a lot. Always clinking. Just those bottles just clinking together like a wind chime. And laughing and just having good times.
Whoa! No! Stop!
What? This bites my non-existent balls.
Yeah, I think we've reached the bottom of this Michael Rooker mystery.
Yes!
Totally awesome!
Is the next one the farm? This is like the hippie stage? Yeah. The hippie stage, then it's like the funk stage, and then I guess the last stage, which is rockabilly, I believe. Yeah, solid B+. Who can say no to that? I'm going to say no to being on stream right now. This is a very weird and complicated way to say I'm going to take a restroom break. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's get back to gaming. Let's get back to gaming. Where's my mic pointed? What happened to my mic? Oh, my mic. Hey, Schmoobly. Penultimate gamer, excuse me? No. Ultimate. Quintessential. Actually, if I were the ultimate gamer, that would be sad, because that would mean there would be no more gamers. The final gamer. No. Merely the most representative. My picture should be next to it in the dictionary. Wearing a nice tie.
I think it's some sort of farm. I bet any minute another one of those stupid dark purveyors is gonna show up, totally bumming our worlds. Don't you think, Nick? 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 Where are you?
My favorite gamer?
Here, Juliet.
You know what? I'm okay with that. Maybe that's the best title of all.
What happened? I saved you!
I was feeling so ineffective, just being ahead and all. I thought it would be better to just go for the gusto. You know, get undead, the whole deal.
No! How can this be happening? Oh no! Watch out! Watch out! I can't stop it!
Juliet? Juliet!
Rosalind!
Who?
My little sister!
Let me guess. She's also a freaking zombie hunter?
Hey, Juliet! I came to save you! Something's wrong with this bus! Oh, it's really irritating! Is that a new purse? Wait, it's your boyfriend! He's a decapitated head? Fuck me! That's the coolest thing ever! Ah, I almost hit a bird! Look out!
Justin Bieber.
Hi, Rosalind!
Shit! Sorry, it's not my fault! This bus is fucked up! Rosalind, this is Nick! Wow, it's cool! What does the bottom of it look like? Can you see the spine sticking out? Yuck! Awesome! It makes me throw up!
Nice meeting you.
This is an interesting and very brutal way of making sure that there's secondary action in your dialogue scene.
Your family's kind of energetic, huh?
Do you smell that? Ugh. Something fishy is going on.
No way. This is all totally normal.
Ah! The brakes aren't working! No! Ah! Ah! Hey guys, don't worry! I'm cool! I've got it all under control! Shit! Oh, fuckballs! I almost forgot! Happy birthday, Juliet!
Style.
Doesn't seem right.
I guess we should follow that bus, huh?
You cook her the meatball?
Oh, Rosalind
Yeah, I ram it good.
is on my Amazon wish list. Nick, I can shoot your head with this.
What?
Good answer. Yeah, I didn't really do the Nick ticket. I think it's like you can do a superpower with Nick and it all uses the ticket. It's like a bomb, kind of? You get to choose which one you do? I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
Wow.
I remember the Nick mechanics not mattering too much.
A little run down.
Plant them crops. Cook the grass. It needs water.
And it's infested with zombies.
Of course it is. She specifically asked for a tube to shoot Nick heads before he lost his body? Presumably it's a cheerleading instrument. Let's see if I can look up about the Nick moves. Nick's on. Wait, nope. That's just the mini game. Push L. Okay. Let's use Nick Roulette. I think it fills in more spots on the Nick Roulette with the different attack. I think it's normally to shoot zombie heads because she's a hunter. However, Nick supplies a ready source of ammo. Okay.
I just so happened to wear my zombie fighting underwear today.
What?
Sensei Morikawa said wearing cotton underwear with little teddy bears or hearts is best for doing battle. He'd make me wear them to every class.
I'm so creeped out right now.
I'm never a fan of that though. Of like innocent characters basically joking about how they're being like creeped on. That never feels good. It's like Sensei Morikawa told me to put this camera in my toilet for my training. It's like, ugh, come on. Come on. I guess what it is for me is that I'm kind of protective of some of the more like respectful and feminist tenets of this game, and I think it's a really good example of a game that can be it's a game that can be sexy and fun and not be creepy about it most of the time. But it was creepy just then. Oh, there's other dudes, right?
Zombies are so ugly, I'm gagging.
It's almost like Dragon Ball feeling, where it's just like, ugh. Like female sexual autonomy is not here as a prop for a gag. It's like not a gag. It's not funny when it's just the butt of a joke.
This is awful, but hilarious.
I think one is overthinking it. Yeah, no, absolutely. I overthink everything, little Siberian bear. That's the secret to streaming.
Help her, Juliet.
Oh. Just R2 at enemies. Wait, what? I said R2? What are you talking about?
This place is freaking me out. My non-heart is beating 1,000,000 miles an hour.
humor is subjective. Not all of it, though.
Appreciated your rock hard butt, Juliet, but it's kind of hurting the back.
Just calling something humor doesn't make it immune from, like, being cruel. I think that's the core of it. A lot of people seem to think that labeling something as a joke means that it's incapable of being needlessly cruel. Yeah. And I think it's okay to call that stuff out. But what qualifies, of course, now that's the big subjective aspect, and certainly I think what falls on either side of the line changes as the times change. Nothing is free from scrutiny. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Doesn't mean all scrutiny is justified or worthy of discussion.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think I played this entire game without knowing that or thinking that it was timed and you had to like hit the button when the meter filled.
Yes.
I remember it was near the end of the game when I was like, oh, wait a minute. You just have to hit it as fast as you can.
You go, babe.
Hey, quit cupping a peel with your disgusto zombie hands. I don't want a finger falling off in my...
What the cave's up to?
Okay. It's actually, well, no. I think it's a little bit hard to see that.
Bomber zombie.
You gonna pop? Do I have to shoot him? There we go. That was cool. Hey, what's up? How tough am I? Everyone's ethics and mores are different, so it's going to be on a sliding subjective scale. Yeah. People's cultures and backgrounds are different. Yeah, it's messy. It's messy. Discourse. The most important thing. Sucks.
Fattest zombie I've ever seen. Oh wait, sorry. I didn't mean to be insensitive. Die!
Oof.
Yeah, that dude seems a little too intimate with those chickens, if you know what I mean.
You mean he has sex with them? Vomit!
Ooh. Much too early. Get out of here, Mark. You like turtles? I like turtles too. They're pretty wonderful little creatures, those little guys. Sometimes it's amazing how like nature accidentally produced a form and a shape that is just incidentally really cute to humans.
Best calories.
Like platypuses, platypi.
Yum.
Love watching those little guys flip around, just flipping and swimming with their little flippers, just being little dudes. Love it. Can't get enough.
Oh well.
Like boomer shooters? Yeah. Boomer shooters are great.
6, 7, 8.
I put some time into Cultic yesterday and had a wonderful, wonderful time. I've been thinking about it a bit. It is like way more down the line of the kind of game I've been waiting for. Something it's like got pockets of activity and pockets of engagements, but really it's just kind of like wandering through creepy environments, flipping switches and finding keys.
Ooh, I don't have this one yet.
And like Proteus is over there being the exact opposite, and they're like kind of both out at the same time. Ugh, so good. We got one of the funniest achievements in gaming history yet. What's that?
Up until now was kind of fun, but this is seriously creeping me out.
What's the funniest achievement in gaming history?
The memories of this place are gonna ruin the smell of cow shit for me forever.
Good? All right.
Cut the grass.
Oh, it's the upskirt achievement. So there are basically two achievements for looking at woman's underwear. How many achievements are there for looking at a dude's sweet cock? That's what I ask you.
Oh, man.
Maybe I want to pop an achievement for checking out a hog. Maybe I want to. The only game I've seen that acknowledges it is Death Stranding. Which, cool. Cool for acknowledging it. But, like, Norman Reedus punches you for trying to look at his wing wang. And you don't get an achievement. Norman Reedus should be grateful, right? Nier did the same thing. Yeah, those are the two I can think of. Where there are... Oh, Asher's Wrath had one for looking at Bob's and Vagine. Comedy duo. Boobs. Ah, okay. I actually didn't know that.
I really hope your sister isn't dead.
Why are you saying that, Nick?
Sorry.
I need to do more research on this topic, clearly. Yeah, sitar. Kind of like overdriven 60s guitar.
God, I love
That was weird to me when people equate a dick and balls to butts or boobs. Why? I guess maybe you feel like...
What should I get?
I mean, yeah, I guess they're not 100% equivalent, are they?
What should I get?
Because kind of like dudes are always fiending on it, but it's not like ladies are out there trying to get a peek at that, shaft. Hey, what's up, Black Knight? Let's see. Ooh, yeah, definitely want this. Hmm.
There it is! There it is!
People don't know that women can be horny too. Yeah, I am. I want a trophy. I want a hog trophy. I'm gonna give it to me. Cowards. I gotta live in this world. I just want a game where I can invade Denmark. Did you do that in like Hearts of Iron or something? Crusader Kings? I want an all-female army that I invade Denmark with.
Just thinking, I wish there were some flying zombies around here.
Why were you thinking that? They're trying to kill us!
Why aren't there any video games like that?
I'll take care of them, Nick.
Where'd you come from? Oh! Alright. Let's try it. What is it? Yeah, okay.
Awesome!
You're so sexy, Nick. You ready? Nick Popper!
Huh? God damn it. My joysticks are ass at camera controls. Lost like half the meter just trying to rotate the camera around. Yeah, that was fun. Well. Sometimes you gotta take the L. That's just life.
Hey, it's Mom, Juliet. You are never going to believe Rosalind bought a bus. Yes, you heard right, a bus. Why would anyone want it? What's wrong with that sister of yours?
I'm kind of having a cool thought. We could take a couple of zombies and then put them in a wrestling ring and make them fight to death and take bets.
That's inhumane, Nick.
Come on, it'd be funny.
It is a cool thought.
Rosalind, get out of the bus, quick!
I used to believe Juliet wouldn't have a flip phone. She has like a old style handle phone. Oh jeez. In the handle of her chainsaw. Music stopped. I thought something was happening.
Rosalind, get out of the bus! Come on! Rosalind, where are you? Sweet.
What's going on here? An escort / turret mission? Yeah, we'll see how painful this gets. There is a life bar down there.
Rosalind? Wait, are you still on the bus?
Wait, why is she driving? She's gonna knock your head off.
That would be so sweet. We'd match.
Rosalind, stop! Damn, that was close.
Rocks everywhere. Space Oddity. Thanks for redeeming a nice gamer stretch there. Let's see, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna do some overarm stretches. Some of this, some of this. The thing that I always focus on is making sure that those shoulder blades are rolled back and tucked. Then engaging that core to make sure that you're not like bowing your back out. There we go. Ooh. Play Senin Pirates. What is that? Maybe. Horny anime trash. I do like that. Is it Senrin or is it Sennen? Do some fingy stretches. You go in, and you contract in, then you go up. Out, in. Whew. Oh, Senran Kagura is totally different. All right, all right. It just sounded similar. It was described as horny anime trash.
You're gonna ride a cow.
Don't be racist against cows, Nick.
So I thought it might have just been a typo, but I'll look it up. I do like me horny anime trash.
She knocked us off the bus. What is she doing?
She's probably just being weird. All that hair dye's gone to her brain.
Zombie cows love to eat flesh. Their rotting forms draw near.
Who is that?
I don't know, but there's something fishy going on here. Check out that mushroom.
I like wholesome horny trash. Yeah. Yes. Me too. There seems to be more and more of that lately, which is great. Yeah. Ooh, there's a rhythm game that's about cooking battles. Very nice. I do like rhythm and cooking stuff. Let's see, eyes. I like food mini games. I like rhythm games.
What? Where are we?
I'm dizzy, Juliet. Oh, man. It's like some weird giant egg. Some type of fucked up chicken monster.
Out of my way, Foghorn Leghorn! I need to get to Rosalind's bus.
Jesus Christ!
Hey, you guys are in the game.
That zombie just looked at your butt. I saw it.
Don't be jealous, Nick. I would never have sex with a zombie. Well, unless he sent me flowers.
What?
Just kidding.
Whew. That was a big chicken. Gross. That's right, King Egg. Streaming on TikTok. I gotta be where the gamers are. It's my job. It's my job to bring gaming to the masses. Wherever they are. People need my help. They need my gaming.
Rosalind, are you all right?
This trip ain't over yet, child.
Feeling quite a bit looser since that stretch. Feels good. I've been abnormally tight the past couple of days. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was Bayonetta. Bayonetta might have bowed me up. I also think I just tend to like ball up when I sleep. I don't know. Oh, dope. Oh, David, you saw those? Yeah, right? I was pretty proud of finding those. Oh shit, yeah, Human League.
They say you reap what you sow, and I want to sow zombie guts.
Go,
Oh wait,
Juliet,
is this
go.
Human League? This is, right?
Awesome! I don't know what's going on, but this is a blast! You ever had a space cake, Juliet?
Mmm, a ding-dong, yes.
No, like a pot brownie.
No way, I would never do drugs.
Me neither.
Gross.
Right, I have no idea what a space cake is like. It totally doesn't remind me of the way I feel right now at all.
Dead or Alive, that's right. Human League is like, don't you want me, baby?
Shut up, grass!
I've been playing a lot of games with mowing lately.
But this is a blast! Die, you zombie douchebags!
I should have just held it there for a little bit longer. Maybe I should play a lawn mowing simulator. Is there like a really satisfying mow simulator? 30 Scotsman says yes. That's a good answer.
Oh, what the dick? Where are we now? Oh. There's no other way. We have to keep chugging going forward. Strawberries, my favorite.
There's lawn mowing simulator.
About the smell, I just shit myself.
I guess I probably could have guessed that.
On the crops.
The thing is, like, Sometimes with games that call themselves simulators, there can be a pretty wide range of quality there. That said, I'm certain Lawn Mowing Simulator will deliver the goods. Hard for me to believe that anyone would name their game Lawn Mowing Simulator and not try their best to deliver a A+ lawn mowing experience. Think Hill game had a decent mowing game? There was a King of the Hill game?
Want some grub?
My sister's acting so strange.
Which makes her normal considering it's your family.
Hey, Doc Joan. 3 whole years of mostly creeping? I appreciate the creeping. I'm gonna think in the back of my head, I wonder if Doc Jones creeping back there. And I'll think, yeah, probably. And then I'll smile. Thank you very much. Thank you for 3 whole years.
Another store! Yay!
Yeah, I'm coming up being 3 years, like doing this mostly full time.
God, I love shopping.
Now officially an entire segment of my career. That's so awesome. Maybe I just keep buying Hells? It's all ride-on mowers, so if you want to push mower, you're out of luck.
What should I get?
That does seem like a lacking feature from a game that I would assume would attempt to be the ultimate in virtual mowing simulations.
I had my GPS to find that bus.
Well, whatever, you know. I can't very well sit here not having played or supported the franchise and start complaining about its lack of features, can I? Oh, in the show. I see what you mean. Yeah. I do remember the virtual mowing at like MowerCon or whatever. Whatever the hell it was.
All right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes! Yeah! Yes!
Whoops! Dang, I always gotta miss one.
Yes! You can do it.
Oh wait, Lawn Mowing Simulator's on Game Pass for PC? Really? It gets even easier. I wonder when it was on there. I feel like I would have seen that. I scrolled through maybe a week ago.
Shit!
Huh. Well, fantastic news. A red letter day. All the fun of lawn mowing without the inconvenience of allergies.
Sweet.
Going for it.
What if you flew up in a helicopter over a horde of zombies and you saw they were standing in the shape of a smiley face emoticon? Oh my god, I would love that!
Are you sure you haven't eaten a space cake?
Wait, Roslyn, quit moving!
Oh, hey, Plizzy. How you doing? More rocks.
I'm fat as fucking hell, and you're gonna pay!
They're trying to drop a boulder on us!
So rude.
Except it's a tractor running into a rock this time.
Why do you keep driving? It's irritating!
Better clear the road or this bus is screwed!
I never hated rock so much.
Ah, Matt, thank you for the sub. Never actually played this game back when it came out, but I love the genre. Yeah, I think there was a lot of interest in this game that didn't really convert into people buying and playing it.
The faster you finish a stage, the higher your stage clear bonus. Of course, you should also kill as many of those undead a-holes as you can.
But that's the great part about streaming, is that you can see what's in the game without having to spend the time to play it.
I'm gonna cut it open.
Which is not to say that it's a unfun game to play, but you got shit to do. I'm your contract gamer. Should I play Killer is Dead? Yeah. Yes. If you enjoy sexual content, especially like aggressive sexual content, I think Killer is Dead will be your thing. I'm making a bit of a supposition there, but it's got an ogling minigame. I'll put it at that. I was scared of owning it, like going and getting a physical copy. Oh, do you think your mom would find it and scream at you or something? Or that it would be embarrassing?
Oh no, it's Colonel Sanders' worst nightmare.
Ooh, Matt, yeah, I had my family coming over when I had Xenoblade Chronicles 2 up on the TV in the living room. Oof. Yeah, Xeno Chronicles 2 is one you don't want any of your family members seeing.
What are their heads doing up there?
I don't think I ever had a situation that bad.
Shit even happening?
You know what, Nick? I could really go for some fried chicken right now.
I never want to eat chicken again as long as I live.
Damn, got me.
That thing makes me want to vomit.
If you have a lighter, we could try to cook a little piece of it after I kill it.
That's disgusting.
I'm hungry.
Oh, there's two. There's one more.
Mecca Chickenzilla.
Pretty cool.
What is freaking shit happening? What are their heads doing up there?
My family's pretty chill when it comes to that stuff, but I was so embarrassed. Oh, okay. Well, if you were the most embarrassed out of everyone, then you could just give yourself permission to not be. I know it's not that easy, but sometimes that can be the hardest. Oh, back here. Yes.
Back to this again, huh?
Uh-oh. Now there's bomber scarecrows.
Be careful, Juliet. I have a feeling this tracker's flammable as hell. Killing people is fun when they're zombies.
You said it. See, Nick tells it like it is.
Baba booey, baba booey.
Exactly. The wisdom.
You are doing awesome, girl.
Beat spin flashbacks. It's just so hypnotizing. It's like a lava lamp.
Hook them up.
Like a drinky bird.
Hook them up.
I'm pretty good at driving a tractor, huh?
Sure.
You're lying. I can tell. You crinkle your nose. Like that time you told me you didn't think Michelle Martin was hot.
Can we just kill zombies, please?
They're just all in a line. Whatever. Makes it easy for me.
It was fun when they're zombies.
Jumping into 14 for the first time. Gonna try out the trial. Is it worth it for a mostly solo player this late in its life? Yes.
Killing people is fun when they're
It is.
zombies.
Most of the the content that I like is basically solo content. It's the most single player MMO that I think exists.
God, this is the weirdest day ever.
I know. I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground, literally.
The only aspect of it being this late in the game that you'll have to contend with is that the early part of the game was made 10 years ago. And you can kind of tell it was also made quickly. So like the 2.0 content, it's just old. Like it's just older. They weren't as good at making it back then. They had to make it faster and with less budget.
Down, Juliet.
I guess I don't know about the budget, but they definitely had to make 2.0, which is what you start playing in a pinch. So like, if you bear that in mind, that like the first content you play will be the lowest in quality, pretty much. That's really the only thing. You're just playing like an old JRPG, basically. But it'll grow and evolve and become like still kind of old because it's an MMO. So it's like there's some tech barriers there. It's not going to look like Final Fantasy 16 or like Forspoken or anything like that. But the gameplay that's there is still really solid. It's weird because it is GCD, like MMO cooldown style. It basically does devolve into like just tapping buttons on your GCDs. But they do a pretty good job of giving you buttons to hit in between that and trying to keep it interesting.
Busy. Like that time.
But that is still its core. The way I'm starting to think about it is that, and I alluded to this yesterday when I was on an unhinged diatribe about turn-based games, that it is essentially still a turn-based RPG. The turns are just your GCDs, what you choose to do every 2 seconds. And then whatever instance you can squeeze in between.
What should I get? Let's go.
Yeah, it has Mahjong. It's got Mahjong, it's got Triple Triad. It's got scratch tickets.
How do you like my form, Nick?
I hate this.
Aw, Nick, little sourpuss.
Just stepped in cow poop.
I know. It's like a German porn video around here.
What does that mean? You don't watch porn, do you, Nick?
I mean, I've seen it, but no. Never watched it on my own. Gross.
Come on, Nick. Yeah, you got a farm now? Second game I played in like the last week that has a pole dance attack. I didn't even use it either.
Dancing class. I could do this much better in my clear lucite heels.
Well, if only there were zombies around. Oh, I got one, I guess. Somewhere.
Where's that stupid bus? Sweet.
When I was like 13, my friend and I got in trouble for the porn we found on Dad's browsing history. We took the rap. Oh, man. Did your dad, like, work it out with you? He's like, okay, kids. You take the fall on this one and I'll get you a PlayStation 2 or something like that. Or he just let you take the fall and that's it. such a good sound effect. It's 2007. You have to decide between PS3 and 360. What's your pick? I'm gonna say 360. I was just not a big fan of the Sony ecosystem in the PS3 era. I didn't really like the peripherals. I didn't like the look of PlayStation Network. Xbox had achievements. Yeah, Xbox Live Arcade actually counted for a fair bit for me. Yeah. Oh, there we go. What about a PS3 for God of War 3? I didn't even really like God of War 3. There were a handful of like exclusives on PS3 that were really powerful, but I don't know. Ever since PS3 era, I just haven't been a huge fan of PlayStation interface and PlayStation ecosystem. But it's all anecdotal. Like the game, if the game is good, it doesn't matter.
God, I love shopping.
Crazy way it thrills me, tell you why. Lightning from the sky. He loves to kiss me till I can't see straight. Gee, my lollipop is great. I call him Lollipop.
I found something.
Lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop. Lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop. Lollipop, oh, lolly, lolly, lollipop.
That's cool. Oh, that's what you can spend the silver medals on. All right. Yeah, I'll say, Vin's.
Mom, I hate
Sony's like indie output during the PS3 era was really good though.
your cake.
Games like Flower and Unfinished Swan.
Oh, wait. I really am addicted.
Journey? Wasn't Journey PS3 exclusive? So, yeah, I mean... Man, those were really good. Flow? I didn't play Flow. That's the thing though, Ram. I didn't much care for Halo though. I guess ODST and Reach were both really good. And they were on 360, but 2007 would have been like Halo 3. I didn't really care for Halo 3. It was at least like big and bombastic, so it was fun. But I was not really playing a whole lot of multiplayer. Yeah, Gears was cool. I liked the Gears campaigns a lot. Oh, Jesus, come on. Heavy Rain was my PS3 game. Heavy Rain. I was glad I had a PS3 to play Heavy Rain. Man. That was a little awkward.
Workout with all this jumping around.
Are you saying my head is fat?
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4. Metal Gear Solid 4 is the real business.
What's this then?
I would say the opulence of that game goes a long way towards justifying buying a console to play it. Because there's just simply no other game like it.
Someone's using some fucked up fertilizer.
That doesn't mean it's like... I'm not sure that means it's objectively good. But it sure is a spectacle and it sure is worth playing. The egg in Metal Gear Solid 4 is still mind-blowing to me. So photoreal for its time. Well, the egg is actual footage, isn't it? I mean, that is photoreal, right? Pretty sure. Unless that is like a hidden tech flex that I didn't understand all this time.
Perfect.
Wait.
Fucking awesome.
Incredible.
Maybe Kojima's just showing us how brilliant he really is. We're gonna be playing Arkham Knights. I don't know. Maybe. I'm passively curious about it, but I feel like there's like, man, 5 or 6 other games I'd be more interested to play, and some of them came out like years ago. Gotham Knights ads are horrible. Oh man, I haven't seen any yet. Are these the ones blanketing Twitch nowadays? Oh hey Gunny, thank you for the sub. Ah, you were asking about 14. Sorry, I don't think I acknowledged your sub, but I did acknowledge the question. Yeah, 14 is rad. Got Bayo 3 this week, yeah. Yep, it's fall release season. Gonna be a lot of good stuff. Yeah, Mario Rabbids 2. Seems to have like really great reviews so far. Yeah, Plague Tale 2 just came out. I wanted to get through Plague Tale 1 and 2 this week. We'll see if that ends up happening. As usual, our Spooktober time may come to an end too soon. Yeah, got it. Callisto Protocol. Oh, a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Gonna be good. How do you feel about the Dead Space remake? I would be more excited about it if Callisto Protocol weren't right there and coming up before it.
I was worried about you. Are you okay? Yeah, I guess. This stupid bus.
So,
But I fixed it.
Hey, Rosalind.
It's a good excuse to play Dead Space again. And if it does well, maybe there will be more Dead Space games, or just like more games like that from EA in general.
How did you fix the bus, Rosalind?
EA seems cool with producing single-player games now all of a sudden. So I hope they don't suddenly change their mind.
Car to the shop because you didn't know cars needed oil. How could you know how to?
Rosalind, where are we going?
Rosalind?
I'm just hoping they don't cram in more microtransactions like they did with 3. Yeah, I mean, they'd have to change the game to do that, right?
What the heck?
We're George. You're great.
If they put in a bunch of like goofy costumes for $2 or something, that'd be fine. From the EA library of game properties. Maybe you could just be John Madden. That'd be cool. Oh, Madden.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, Sister Juliet. And Brother Nick.
Need the Moonbase Alpha DLC voice pack.
On the doors of perception. Step outside the boundaries of your mind. Lose yourself in the eternal, collective unconscious. And rot.
Listen, lady, why don't you try using some deodorant? Because honestly, you smell like shit.
This one was just as insolent.
Rosalind!
Now, open your heart.
Does a hippie zombie eat meat?
Let my music
Damn.
guide you
Good question.
into the
They would eat
everlasting
rotting vegetables. Like not fresh vegetables, rotting ones.
rot.
But I guess that would be good actually. That wouldn't be bad.
Hell.
Maybe they'd be stealing vital nutrients from the ground soil. Compost, yeah. Little compost factories? I feel like we can solve two problems at once here.
To the rush of chaos.
Get the world rid of hippies and also get some hyper compost going.
Accept your
Watch out! Be careful, Juliet! Be careful, Juliet! Watch out! Watch out!
Pretty good. The tracks actually get better. I felt like this was one of the weaker levels.
Piss on the graves of the fallen warriors and pray that your soul rots. One truth becomes. Two truths become.
There's like 4 of her. Is this for real? What the hell?
This is weird. I think that's the point, though. So much talking.
Kill that trippy bitch!
Let's call out Nick.
Be careful, Juliet! Watch out!
Oops. I'm surprised I haven't got hit by one of those yet.
Watch out! Macrame her stupid guts! Careful, Juliet!
Ambition, courage, pride, prayer, food, nourishment, despair, time, chaos.
What's one game series that every time they release is the same as the previous one, but people still buy it? FIFA.
Truth become.
Like more than any other series, probably FIFA. Or excuse me, EA Sports FC.
Truth become.
I'm doing this again, huh?
See the truth before your eyes. The gates to the abyss shall open.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. EA got so much free money out of FIFA. It's like the one game where for some reason people are actually accept the treatment. Butterflies. Just in case.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
Kill that trippy bitch!
Okay, so if you reload, but you drop from aim down sight, you'll still reload and you can actually move. You just not hold. Okay.
Butterflies dance and go from the world.
100% of this game back in 2013. Hyped for the remake. Yeah, I'm hoping that the remake will give this game another shot. Yay! I don't know. I understand the FIFA hate, but it's more a social game than anything. Talking to your friends about the sport and the players you get, etc.
Stocks, you psilocybin munching moron.
Heavy.
Yeah, hopefully it didn't come across as hate. I'm just more shocked that people are like, cool, paying full price for a game that also has an extensively monetized mode like it does. People can spend their money on whatever they want. And if they enjoy it, then that's fine. And I guess that's what they're saying. So, yeah, EA really got like a really nice audience with the FIFA audience, I guess is what I'm saying. In terms of their business. They've been cut a lot of breaks. It's interesting that they were willing to
We've been here the whole time.
part with the FIFA license. I know that FIFA was like asking for a lot of money,
Rosalind?
a lot more money.
She's not here.
Hey there, Juliet.
Twax Cluxy. Hello, and thank you for the likes.
Who is this?
The one you ain't gonna level up on.
Why are you pretending to be Stephen Hawking?
I got the freaky little super freak right here.
Get your hands off of me, you zombie pedo! Juliet, don't worry about me.
If you want your sister back, baby, you need to win a game with me. Make your way to the Poultry Fun Center. I can't wait to party with your corpse like it's 1983.
It's a trap, Juliet. We can't just rush in there alone.
We don't have any other choice, Nick. Who's gonna help us?
Hey, baby.
Daddy!
Mr. Starling?
He dislikes it when a dog dies on TV. It's a good man right there.
Okay, then.
Yes!
Totally awesome!
I feel like I did way better that time. Still got a B+. Ah, well. I'll find a way to get over it. Oh, I feel like a lot of people care about the FIFA community getting ripped off than the people playing FIFA themselves. Yes, that definitely seems to be the case. Which is interesting. I guess I kind of understand it. Because you're like, if EA is getting all that money from you with no pushback, then they're going to do that stuff in other games. And they kind of did. They tried with Battlefront. They tried so hard to make Battlefront just a copy of FIFA. And I know that they were like, expensive license. We did this with it, and it blew up into money. So we take our expensive license, we do that with it, and then it becomes money. And they weren't having it, so...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing to draw battle lines over. But people do.
Gotta be careful. This Rosalind situation, so she don't get hurt.
So, I guess the two of you haven't been formally introduced. Dad, this is...
Nick.
Yeah, they tried it in every IP they have.
Told me all about it. Failed to mention the,
I don't remember them ever doing it with Battlefield. Trying to, like, FIFA Ultimate Team Battlefield.
You seem like a fine person.
But whatever dude Juliet ends up with is gonna be part of the family business. What are you gonna do? Throw magic stars at chupacabras with your tongue?
Maybe, Dad. Nick's tongue is very limber.
And how do you know that?
She doesn't. She doesn't know that at all, sir. She has no idea if my tongue is limber.
We're here. What the hell kind of place is this?
It's the Fulci Fun Center, Dad, where all the kids from San Romero hang out after school. Look at this.
Hey, puppy dog. Been a long time since I've seen this game. Playing because the new one coming?
Daddy.
No, I just wanted to play it again.
And sneak in from the
I remembered it fondly.
decoy, drawing all the zombies' attention.
And it's Spooktober, so I've been playing a lot of
up to the roof where Rosalind should be.
Lawrence Selects
Juliet,
this
you made
Halloween.
yourself a decoy.
Dad, what's wrong?
My little girl is a tactical genius. Your mom and me got a little something for your special day. Happy birthday, baby.
Thanks, Daddy.
All right, I'm off.
Good luck, sir. You're gonna do awesome, I'm sure of it.
Stop sucking up, son. And don't think I forgot that tongue stuff, neither. You best watch what you do with my little girl when you're hiding in the shadows.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
I think he really liked you. All right.
But yeah, there is that remake.
Oh, I'm so touched. My mom and dad knew exactly what I wanted.
Nick shoot!
I can't wait to thank them in person.
God, that helmet. So dorky.
I need to level up.
Shoot Nick to make the zombies
Look at the
grog.
zombie geek zombieing out killing zombies in video games.
If we kill them, it'll be totally meta.
I love meta. I feel like we're in the age of meta, right? Or maybe we're just exiting.
Let's play a game together.
Yeah, this is the funk level, so you can hear the music.
We better help this dude before his game is over.
Oh, I'll go all waiting mature on their asses.
I'm not sure where you can be.
Nettle up your ass.
Huh? I'll just let that one simmer for a little bit.
Heat it up.
What is that? Judo Master, Tricolor, Aeroplane, Android. Is it supposed to be like Robotron? Yeah. Robotron's the shit. I'll always put a stop on the Robotron cabinet if I see one. I'm not good at it, but... We're definitely in or waiting on the age of postmodern gaming. I think the age of meta peaked with games like Bioshock Infinite and Stanley Parable. Oh, I just meant in media.
Whoa. Things just got all Commodore 64 on us.
I think in artistic circles, those had like waves. We'll be in like the actual meta reality of gaming when that stuff happens in AAA games. I guess there have been some, like Hyperscape is kind of like that. A game that is a game. It's definitely cyclical, yeah. Or everything seems to be cyclical. Yeah. See the
I guess the one thing I don't have to worry about is calloused thumbs.
Suda 51 tendency to put mini games in like sections that are references to other games. Oh, that's true. Assassin's Creed 1 is pretty meta. Yeah, Assassin's Creed 1, to a lesser extent, Sands of Time. There were some games there that would like
Intruder alert!
work video game trope into the game, or have video game tropes be explicit mechanics in the game. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Intruder alert!
Black Flag got even more meta. That's when you were a beta tester for a game, right?
Juliet, can I ask you something sort of sensitive?
Oh, yes, Nick?
My face is stuck in your butt. Can you move it a little?
Oh.
It's really wedged in there. Damn it. Are we getting another drunken ring? Oh man. I don't know.
You win!
Those are fun to do. They don't really do the gangbusters numbers they used to, but you know, there's fewer people involved. I don't know, maybe Bruce and I should pick out a release this fall. What's it like being a tester for a game? Can you be brutally honest? I mean, I could be if I ever was a QA tester. Stephanie has been my my significant other. I love dumb trope shit. Oh, I do too. The Bravely series is also super trope heavy. Yeah, it is. Bravely Default.
Time to take a shopping break.
I never played Bravely Default 2, but I did appreciate how like self-aware JRPG it was. Characters kind of calling stuff out. 14 has started doing that a lot.
Check this out! I found something!
Like the most recent expansion was kind of all about existential dread involved with conclusions.
Let's do this thing!
I think it's just existential dread in general. There's a lot going on there. Kind of hyper-simplifying, but anyway, it's good stuff.
My triceps are getting a total workout swinging this chainsaw around.
Are you just rubbing in that I don't have triceps?
It's a game special of the top and shitty games of the year. Maybe just top. I don't know, I didn't really play a whole lot of like bad games this year. Things that I like feel so strongly about that I'd want to call out.
Oh well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got a dead body. We got a dead body. Well, it's very close.
Come on.
We got a dead body. Let's kill him.
Inside Games is games we like, but the internet tells us not to awards. Yeah, I guess.
No.
Everyone likes Cyberpunk now, so that doesn't count anymore.
We're gonna bring these zombies the funk, right, Nick?
I guess Battlefield 2042?
You gonna fuck a zombie?
No, gross. Bring them the funk.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else, and I'm really sorry.
Oh, Saints Row? Yeah.
Totally gonna friend request you tonight.
People like Cyberpunk now? Yeah. The show came out. Everybody liked the show a lot. So then they play the game, and now they like the game a lot. Or it's getting like crazy player numbers, basically. And then the media cycle has sort of grabbed onto that, and there were just waves of articles about how everyone loves it now. So it's still good SEO, is basically what that tells me. And that it's good SEO to run positive headlines about it now.
What
People gotta stop calling Cyberpunk CP. Yeah, maybe just tack a little 77 on it. Just keep everything good.
I'm Joseph James, bitch!
Yeah, it's my observation that people just kind of needed something to allow them to mentally reboot. I guess it's been enough time, and the show being high quality kind of allowed. I feel like it allowed people to look at the game fresh again instead of just only seeing memes and like social media shit fests. I feel like you can... Elevators. Oh. You finished Edge Runners yet? No, I haven't. Jesus.
Done and done.
I don't agree, Little Siberian. I don't think the reboot was that bad. I think people have weirdly distorted memories of the original Saints Row games. What the heck? Oh.
Alright, this is all too surreal. If a little dude in a red cap and blue overalls pops out,
Well, that's just me.
seriously gonna vomit all over my...
That's just me.
This is great!
Everyone's entitled to be mad if they want to be.
Pop it!
Incredible!
Yeah, the soundtrack on this game is real good. Puppy Dog, I agree. That's one of the things that I like most about it. How damn good the soundtrack is.
Guess I'm into some side-scrolling from time to time.
Nick, now isn't the time to be talking dirty.
Oh, you can't do that? Aw. 5-minute warning, West Coast. Yeah, that's a good point. We're almost there, huh? Where does this go? Oh. I'm actually going to have to take a food break soon. Kind of the itinerary for the rest of the day. Oh, right.
Ashamed of
To
myself.
like jump on their heads. Dang it. I messed it up. Forgot that was a thing.
Oh, man!
Those games actually worked? Are you telling me that you think old Saints Row games were not buggy? Siberian? Is that what you think? That wasn't my memory. Okay, it respawns it. Yeah. I'm gonna take a food break here in a minute. And then I'm gonna get back to progressing through the Savage tier raids in Final Fantasy XIV. The top tier hardest content will be attempted over and over. But it's actually a really chill time. I put on some nice video game tunes. Kind of just swirl in nostalgia about rad old games while running really hard boss fights over and over.
They say solid colors are slimming. Does my butt look less ginormous when I'm all pink like this?
Your butt never looks ginormous, Juliet.
What's the deal with this guy? Oh, okay.
Oh well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ah!
Yeah, barf step. Buggy, terrible characters, even worse dialogue, but ultimately dumb fun. That's what Saints Row games were to me. Yeah, that's kind of what Jesus Christ, that hurts so much. That's kind of what I always associated with them too. I mean, I think starting at Saints Row the Third, the dialogue started getting like fun and chuckle worthy.
Maybe a little better.
There was some fun to be had in the lack of restraint. But yeah, Saints Row 1 and 2 were just like real edgelord, try hard, street crime, GTA knockoff stuff. But people talk about Saints Row 2 as being this like super well written, like intelligent video game. I don't know. Some people describe Saints Row 2 like something other than just a big piss take.
I do it for the exercise. Really? Hey, zombie. Put $1 in my skirt and I won't kill you. Just kidding. I'll kill you anyway.
Saints Row 2 is supposed to be a fun B-take? Sorta. Yeah, I mean, it was like GTA was getting more serious with Grand Theft Auto 4. So Saints Row 2 kept the like real goofy aspects of earlier GTAs. So they were kind of nice companion games. Yeah, I'm gonna replay GTA 4 here pretty soon. It's time. It feels like it's time.
Are you having fun?
Oh shit. Happy 420, everybody. Vice City just got put on PS5? Really? That's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't have fond memories for Vice City. I played through San Andreas recently.
Are you ready?
I don't really have the fondest memories for like GTA 3 either. Ooh, gamer stretch. Nice timing. Actually, I think I'll step away here. I'm gonna do some stretches. I'm just gonna do some toe touches. What's going on?
Start.
Okay, well, whatever the hell's going on there. I think it's like I'm inside of a breakout clone or something. Whatever's going on there, it'll have to wait until next time. It's time to take a bit of a break here, maybe 30 minutes or so. If you're watching on TikTok, I'm going to be concluding the stream on TikTok, but I'll keep streaming on Twitch. So if you want to, you can either follow me on TikTok. I even have subscriptions on TikTok now, so if you want to use my array of delightful emotes, you can post my smug face anywhere you want. If you decide to sub. I don't think anyone's subbed yet, so you could also be the very first TikTok subscriber. Or I don't know, maybe that's where the diamonds are. Who knows? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to be streaming more on TikTok, so hope to see you next time. All right, I'm going to take a food break. And then I'll come back. And then it'll be Final Fantasy XIV raid time. So what that involves is just, I usually run clips down here just for more visual stimuli. I have a candle cam going, a roaring candle fire. I guess I could even add a Steph cam if she's up for it, but it's going to be mostly me. Just trying to beat these bosses, trying to keep everyone alive. I'm a little potato nurse, but this potato nurse needs to be fed. So I'm going to go take care of that. And I'll be back in about half an hour. So see you guys then. Enjoy media tech in the meantime.